Good morning. Wow. It has been so long since I filmed a video, and you hear a lot of content creators say, oh, they haven't filmed a video in a long time. They don't know what they're doing. They feel rusty. That's me. I'm rusty. I'm just like really rusty. But the last, leading up to the end of the year, this video is going to go up on New Year's Eve, has been really busy. And even though I had videos pre-filmed, I didn't even have time to like just do a little bit of edit and upload them because there was just a lot going on. So there weren't any videos for a while, and hopefully by now, when this video goes up, and I will try to like get it up, there would have been a few videos that have gone up before this. I'm officially on my holiday break. I was very intentional about wanting a holiday break, and that is why I was really busy because I was trying to get everything done before I started my holiday break, and I had set a particular date for my holiday break to start. And I am happy to report that I kind of more or less managed to start my holiday break on time. And I really need the break because it's been a year. And the last kind of like middle of November through till I started my break, really intense, a lot of work. And Hubby's book 2 in the Blake Willis thriller series is out. We launched it. It was a very rushed last minute launch, but we really wanted to get it out before the end of the year so that we could release book 3 in the new year, because book 3 is already finished. I still have to edit it, but so it is possible to edit 100,000 words in 36 hours. It will damn near kill you by the end of the editing process, and then you become kind of like this zombie for a week, recovering from it because your brain is completely fried. You're being me. But yeah, it can be done. Generally I'll take like a week and a half or something like that and do it in chunks so that, my brain is fresh. But it was a lot of caffeine and very late nights and pushing through. And in those 36 hours, all I did was I had 5 hours of sleep, and I stopped for bathroom breaks and meals. Barely. I think a few of my meals were actually eaten at my computer at my desk. So yeah. And unfortunately, Hubby was very, very kind because he actually like gave me several, I think 3 or 4 massages during that period, like in my neck and my shoulders and my back, because it's quite a bit of a strain just sitting and editing a book on your computer for that long. So that's kind of what's been going on, and it's just been busy. And of course, Christmas and stuff, which is a whole thing. Don't even get me started on it. Anyway, I'm just going to throw on a little bit of powder, so nothing exciting, because I'm just going to go and run a couple of errands. I'm still pretty tired, to be honest. Been pretty sleep deprived, and I really just need to kind of recharge. And hopefully I will. So nothing exciting, just the Nude by Nature Natural Mineral Cover Radiant Loose Powder Foundation in W1 Light. Nothing exciting. And then my Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Translucent. And I really am not going to be doing much other than, powder and some eyebrows, because all I'm doing is just running out to the shops and running a couple of errands. And I just wanted to, check in, try to be a little bit timely instead of doing everything pre-filmed, and just wish everybody a happy new year. And I hope you had a good Christmas and that Santa brought you lots of presents. We ended up just having Christmas, hubby and I, at home with the two of us. We normally have it with the family, but you know, stuff happened, so we just celebrated Christmas on our own this year, which was actually nice. I mean, I cooked up a storm and cooked a lot of food, but I love cooking and I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed preparing the menu, coming up with recipes and things like that. So that was kind of my happy place. I really just had a good time doing that. So I'm looking forward to the new year. I'm really hoping that the new year, new me, new life, blah blah, etc. Hopefully that means that you know, things are gonna calm down. I'm gonna not end up with so much stuff happening that I'm out of control, and that I can kind of have a bit more space and breathing room between deadlines, because the end of last year was basically 3 content development, or you know, sort of / beta reading reports for a client, because she got a series of, made a mess, 3 books back. I'm just doing my eyebrows, and this is just my DIY brow gel. I'm not doing anything particularly fancy. She got the rights back to her books, so it was a big job actually reading through all 3 books and then writing 3 reports on, you know, what could be fixed or needed to be fixed for the book. I didn't work on the original books. And anyway, so that was a lot of work. And I needed to get that done. And then I had final edits for another book that was being released in early December. And, you know, and then hubby's book, and that they all like sort of happened, like, you know, all the deadlines kind of rushed at me within a week of each other. So that kind of just went a little bit crazy. But I'll tell you what, I've never, you know, I've always edited books, and you know, and I've edited books in series. But generally, you know, you kind of get one book at a time, and by the time you get the next book, depending on the author and how frequently they edit, you either have gotten the, you know, the last time you read the previous book was a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, a year ago, you know. And anyway, it was very interesting because I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. I still love this. And anyway, so and this book, this series of books were worked on by, you know, someone else. I have read the books themselves when they first came out a long time ago, but working as an editor on a series that was, you know, previously published, and working on it end to end from start to finish, all 3 books at the same time, is a very interesting experience. And I don't know about other editors, but I don't get to do something like that very often, because usually, like I said, it's just a book at a time. But working on a book one after the other, where they've all been written and they've all been previously published, and while they're all still fresh in my mind, I could actually see and pick out a lot of things that you know, because the books were written and published a year like apart, or a year or so apart, you know, we forget what had happened before. And unless you reread the previous book before you write it, and then unless the editor rereads the previous book before editing, which I'm going to say, go out on a limb and say very many people don't do that, because I don't do that. I don't have the time. You know, it can, you know, you forget stuff. So it was really interesting. I loved that experience. I feel very privileged to have been asked to do that, because I was able to sort of see the series as a whole, the entire story arc, the series arc, overarching, you know, conflict themes, continuity issues, plot holes where, you know, something was said in book 1 and then it was repeated in book 2, but it was slightly different in book 2, and the way it was mentioned in book 2 didn't make sense compared to what had happened in book 1, you know, stuff like that. Stuff that now we can fix, because, you know, this author client of mine is planning on republishing or re-releasing the books, and she's working on the edits now. So we have release dates for all 3 books, and she's going to release them one after the other, a month at a time. February, March, April. So the beginning of the year is going to be pretty busy for me already, because you know, one client of mine has a book in January. I don't think anything in February, but then March, April, and so on. And then hubby's hoping to release a memoir that he's writing now in January, and then book 3 of the Blake Willis series in February, and then this re-release of the 3 books is February, March, April, you know. So it's going to be busy. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. On the lips front, I'm just going to use my Rare Beauty tinted lip oil in the color Serenity. And this is it. This is all I'm doing on my face today, because we're just running out to the grocery store. And I'm waiting for hubby, because I'm sorry, Echo, no feet today. He's actually in the office. He's doing some editing. He said he's got a chapter to finish editing and he needed an extra 15 minutes. So I said, I'm just going to, well, I was going to do my makeup anyway, which, as you can see, is very light. But I said, I'm just going to do my makeup, film a quick video, and I think he'll be ready by the time I'm done with this. I still can't talk and apply lipstick at the same time. I do have a lot of videos I want to film, and I do have a lot of things I want to talk about, but hopefully once I roll into the new year and there's a bit more time in between stuff, it'll happen. Okay, that is it. I am ready. I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me just briefly. I hope you had a great Christmas. I wish you a very, very happy new year, and may you have great things and blessings and happiness and joy in the new year. Happy 2025. Bye-bye.